Okay, in this tutorial, we're going to look at a problem sometimes when we have a wider logo, so almost like a letterbox mode aspect ratio. When we add it in, it will crop the edges of the image off. This tutorial is all about how we can fix that. I'm going to add an image, and I'm going to get the frame, the size that we want. And we can see the border still on there, so I'm going to go onto the border and just change the width to 0. So get rid of that border. And now we can change this placeholder image for our new image. So with the image selected once again, I can go to the image top right, click on that image, and then find our logo from our computer. If we just wait a few moments, we can upload it and we can see it's cropped it off left and right. No matter how I adjust this, we're always going to have that level of cropping. Even if I extend it here, we can get it so that there's 0 cropping, but the problem lies then is when we try to scale it down, the height of that bounding box will not change. So we can't make it thinner than that. It's just a setting that's built in 2 pixel, and thankfully there's a free and relatively quick workaround to get exactly what we want. I'm going to jump across to Canva, and this should be fully workable with a free Canva account. And I'm going to create a new document. I'm just going to create a logo to start with, even though it'll create it as a square image, which is of course what we don't want. I am now going to just go through and resize that. I'm going to do it this by eye, and I'm going to go for 600 pixels width. We don't need it any wider than that because it'll start to load a much larger image than needed. And then let's go for maybe 600 by 200 and see how that works. You don't have to use Canva for this particular tool. I'm going to go for read size because I don't need to create a new copy of this document. And now we've got our logo in place. Here I can either go to the brand and find my logo via the brand toolkit, or alternatively, I can go to uploads. So because I need the white version, I'm just going to temporarily change the background color. Then we can put our logo in place. And this is where we can use the bounding box. That wasn't perfect. And what I'm going to do here is deliberately leave some spacing left and right. So I'm going for a large container with an image with plenty of breathing space. And this will be trial and error. And once you've got one template that works, you can then use it if you are creating multiple landing pages. I'm going to get rid of that background. Now we've got that image centrally aligned. And actually, I'm thinking about it now. I might even resize it to give it a little bit more height in this template. And we'll see why in just a moment. It'll give us more room to maneuver. So here, I'm going to go for 250 instead of 200 height. Click continue. And just resize this design once more. Our logo should still be centrally aligned, but the way to find this out in Canva is to click, hold and drag until we see the crosshairs in the middle, and we know that that logo is perfectly centralized. What this means now is it will upload an image this size, but because we're going to put a white logo on a transparent background, we will not see that frame. So hopefully, I've not tried this yet, so this is my very first time of trying this technique, is to get that to fit so we don't have any cropping and for it to look a little bit smaller as well. I'm now going to go to share, download, and this is one really important option. I'm going to click transparent background and PNG. That's really important. 600 by 250 should be plenty large enough. Don't know why it didn't allow me to download, so I just got into that setting again. Never seen that before. And then just press download. That should download it to our computer. And from here now, I should be able to go into Pixel, go to my downloads folder, and upload the new image. And voila. So now we've got an image that has 0 cropping because what we did in Canva was to increase. So if I was to extend this to either end, this original image was too narrow. Change the background color, you can see it clearer again. So this bounding box was too narrow for the default minimum height of the frame. Even though it works absolutely fine with images, when it comes to logos, we really don't want them cropping off. So by just aligning it to the center and adding more height and width gives us more flexibility. One thing you may have noticed, I had it nearer that size. That means we've got some more space around it, top and bottom, left and right. As long as we've got it centralized, it should be easy to put into position. So this should mean now that we can resize this image without any cropping. And you can see we can go a long way without any cropping. And if you feel that you've just not quite done it right first time, you can jump back in and adjust it going forward. So there's a quick, easy method of getting our logos to look beautiful on the Pixel microsite builder. If you want more tips and tutorials of how to use Pixel Studio, I strongly recommend subscribe to our YouTube channel. And in the description, you'll also find notes to our mini course and other career pathways that you can take using Pixel as your digital media toolkit. I'll catch you next time.